One, I talk really fast because this is rapid fire book reviews. Two, this is not heavily edited. The most I did was cut out the part when I come close to the camera and like adjust it. I told myself for one goal or like one challenge of the year would be to do the no edit challenge. And my thing that I wrote down is the first video you film in 2020 will be the no edit challenge. No matter what it is, you can't edit it. And I just happened to decide to do this video, so I cannot edit it whatsoever other than put all the clips together, put the intro, outro in, and that's about it. So I'm sorry if this book, oh my god, I wish I could just edit. I'm sorry if this is terrible, or if like I stumble over my words, or I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I can't edit. Hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aspasia, and today's video is going to be, I don't know how many reviews, but a rapid fire book review video. So I got this video idea from Delancey from Reading BRB. I'll be sure to link her channel down below and put a card for the video for it. If not, the video will be down below as well. But I was watching her video, I want to say last night, and the video was like 2019 wrap up and stats. And basically, I think she did 45 reviews plus her 2019 stats. But she didn't do like normal reviews. She did like a 30 seconds to a minute review per book. It was like rapid fire, keywords and phrases, really good. And I was like, Delancey, you're brilliant. Like, we don't, instead of sitting here and going into like 99 years and 8 million books trying to do the perfect description and like explain everything properly, I could just do this quick little thing. Especially for someone that just read 135 books. I read 135 books in 2019. I was, for the past like 3 days, I've been trying to write Goodreads reviews on all of them, and it's just so draining. It's just so book after book after book, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. And I'm just like, so for Delancey to come out here and just be like, bam, done, I was just like, girl, you're so smart. I was gonna do my hair all cute. I was gonna do this outfit. I was gonna be like, ooh, but my parents just texted saying they're coming home, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to film at least some of this and see how it went, and see if I wanted to continue doing this with all my books before they got here. Apparently they're already on the way. So, laptop is here, and I have 3 tabs open. One is a Google Doc where I started writing reviews, and I'm only 20. Like, it says I'm at 20, but some of them are grouped by series. I did read a couple series like this year, or last year. But I'm only at 20 out of like 135. I'm gonna be here all day. I have my 2019 reading spreadsheet and my 2019 Goodreads year and books open. So I think I'm gonna do is just like reference those 3 sheets to get these reviews out, and let's do this. So I'm going to, I have a couple books stacked here unintentionally. It was here for a different video, and now I think it's perfect for a stand for my laptop. So I'm going to start these reviews and just reference my computer. All right, Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I think I'm a little low. Whoops. It is a thriller, really popular because of Netflix. Picked it up really quickly. Surprisingly, the line for it wasn't long. It was great. Preferred the movie. Leon the Offbeat, it was not that great. It's a sequel to Love, Simon, or Simon and Homo Sapiens Agenda. I feel like it was like a fan fiction or something that was rushed because of the success of the book and the movie. Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, best book in the series. Y'all can fight me on that one. I don't care. Scarlet is the best one. Best character, best romance, everything. Chef's kiss. Loved it. Okay. Land of Stories. I believe this is book 2. The Enchantress Returns by Chris Colfer. Oh my gosh. Chris Colfer is quite, I don't know how to explain it. He has a really good writing and a big imagination. Oh my goodness. I don't know how he's come up with this big complex fantasy world for like middle grade, and then still has like 2 other fantasy world series he seems to be writing. Love this one. Then I read the Saga graphic novel series. I think it's like by Brian K. Vaughan or Van. I read all of them last year. Wow, I do believe the first 3-4 are my favorites. I feel like that was like bam in your face, and then the last couple of books was kind of just like a lot more discussion, a little bit more like going into the stuff. I was kind of just like, I don't care, let's get back to the fighting and all the other stuff. Then there was Ghostbusters by like 3-4 authors. I believe I DNF'd this. It was like a graphic novel. I love Ghostbusters. I think I like the movies better than reading the books. However, I do feel like the recent adaptations with the one with all females and then the new one that's coming out right now, I'm feeling a little, could just let the good thing alone, you know. Far from the Tree, Robin Benway. Read this for Battle of the Books. This was amazing. I highly recommend. I might reread this year. It's a great family, contemporary, not focused on romance, even though there is some. It's about 3 teenagers who, 2 of them were adopted into different families, and 1 was not adopted, but the people he's living with is in the process of trying to. They're not really sure if they want to. They have like a tense relationship, and they find out that they're all siblings, but they didn't know this. So then they're like, oh wow, okay. Masterpiece, Chef's Kiss. Okay, Sharon Solo Blessing Georgia series, also masterpiece, Chef's Kiss. Read all of them this year. Actually, I think I reread one of them because I loved it so much. I want to say the first half. So this is like 8-9 books in the series. So I want to say 4 or 5, like up until 4 and 5. Those were great. Last 3, I felt like the last 2 or 3 had like really random characters that didn't seem to make any sense. Because the first few books, they all kind of connected. You saw them throughout the books, even though the book was not about them. They did something. This person owned something. The last 2 was like, oh, this random girl who was found in the middle of nowhere, blah, blah, blah. And I was kind of just like, you didn't need this. Okay. Maisie Yates, I read Take Me Cowboy, Tough Luck Hero, and Last Chance Rebel. I read these because there was no more Sharon Solo available on the Library Libby app, and I wanted these because it sounded something that would be similar. It is. I still prefer Sharon Solo more, but I would like to read more of Maisie Yates because she's a really good writer. Then another Land of Stories. This is The Grim Warning, which I believe is book 3. Didn't enjoy this one as much, and I'm starting to feel like this is that series where it kind of like goes up and down in quality as more books come out. John Gardner, or Grendel by John Gardner. This dude, he's a beast. He's angry with himself, angry with everyone else. I can relate. Didn't really like the book. Lumberjanes 1 and 2. It's a really cute graphic novel. I think it's more geared to middle grade. Recommended from Hardback Quarter. Read it. Don't think it's for me, but still good. Legend and Prodigy graphic novel. Please explain to me why I did not read the actual books first. It's amazing. Like, I need the books now. What am I doing all my life? Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen McManus. We all know I love the book and the first one and all her other books. Why are we surprised? Why is a Nerve graphic novel 1 and 2? Those were good. I just do feel like they weren't necessary. As much as I did like learning more about Aika and what she did, I like the book series better. Monsters University, which is like the book, it talks about the art and like how they made the movie. Oh my god, loved it. It was actually really fun seeing like how they drew the world, the characters, the different character concepts. A lot of them, I didn't realize like the different ideas they had, how what they wanted, how they changed the characters around, the scenery, and it made me rethink the whole movie. Then I watched the movie and I was just like, oh. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I read this for English. It was a really intriguing book at first. Interesting idea. Got really weird, really fast, really weird. I said that twice, but it is. Thrillers by Kara Thomas. Now that I think about it, I don't remember anything about this book, and I think I DNF'd it. Everyday series by David Levithan. Loved the first one, the next ones were kind of boring. Everless by Sarah Holland. Loved it. I think the concept of time is money, or taking the phrase time is money and making it into a book was really good. Girl, you brilliant. Poet X, you brilliant. Love a la mode, you brilliant. Broken Things, Lauren Oliver. I had pretty high expectations. I thought it was going to be a certain thing. I got really confused because it was like, this girl is dead. these two did it, but really they didn't do it. But did they do it? But then maybe he didn't do it. But they did do it, but they didn't do it. But then she likes her, and she likes her, and she likes her, but they don't like each other. It's just like, pick one. Top 10 kitty could cut. Ooh, oh my god. You know what I'm talking about. Cute, not my favorite. My Sister the Vampire, book 1, switched by Shannon Mercer. It was a reread, perfect, loved it. I was supposed to continue reading it with Shannon, but I don't think we ever did. Whoops. The Renegade series 1, 2, and 3 by Marissa Meyer. I believe I read all 3 this year. I keep saying this year. It's 2020, last year. I think I reread the first one, started to reread the second one, but it felt too close from the first time I read it, and then I read the third one, and it Chef's Kiss, perfect series, really good, slow burn romance, lots of fight scenes, lots of different discussions. It makes you think a lot, makes you feel a lot. I cried a little bit. I was mad. Lauren Miracle, Under the Moon, Catwoman Tale, 4 or 5 stars, really good. Gave you a different perspective of what Catwoman's life might have been like to lead her to be Catwoman. Read it. Not gonna write poems, something. It's a really long title. It is written by a husband and wife. I think it was geared towards their kids. I believe they have kids. And it's supposed to be like sarcastic and funny about writing poems. Some are really good and some are kind of just like, okay. Red, White, and Royal Blue, 5 out of 5 stars. I've raved about this like 8 million times. Look, if you want to hear me talk about it, just watch my most recent 40 videos. Written by Rowan Parrish. My first adult male romance. I think I read this because of Red, White, and Royal Blue. I wanted more. She explicit. Don't Go, Hold Me Tight, Stay Close by Alexa Wright. It's like a mini trilogy. I think each are like right around 80 to 100 pages. Not what I expected. They very explicit. They was doing the nasty even page 10. Just Chunk in the Road Trip to Infinity. I see what the author attempted to achieve here. And I also see why it didn't work, at least for me. Jess, the main character, that is going through some transitioning and like puberty and all kinds of emotions, made me mad the entire book because it was all about her and talked about her and mad about herself, blah 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 blah. And Chunk was kind of sitting there like just accepting it, and when Chunk did something bad, she'd freak the crap out, and then he'd be like, okay, I want to punch her in the throat this whole book. I'm sorry. Matched 1, 2, and 3. Great. It was a reread, kind of impulse. It's a what they call the books? You're trash for it. It's a guilty pleasure. There we go. Guilty pleasure. Told the Boys a Little Before series. I decided to read it because of the movie. Didn't really enjoy the series. Movie is way better. I highly, recommend the movie more than the book. Book 2 is great. I'm nervous that the movie might not be as good, but if book 1 was if the book 1 movie is good, then I'm pretty sure book 2 movie is good. Just the books aren't good. Yeah. Batman White Knight. It was a very interesting, dark story to tell about what Batman did to Joker and what the relationship is and how Joker would have been if he wasn't as crazy. Not my story, not really how I picture them, but it was still good. Royce Rose and Margaret Stoll. It's like a Keeping Up with the Kardashians parody, except they're younger. And it was weird because it went from like a reality TV show type thing to like a murder mystery, and I was kind of just like, what the hell happened? Why are we doing 2 books in 1? Cardboard Kingdom, Chad Sell, perfect, loved it for all ages, mainly towards children because I think that's what it's geared for. Also, I think they would enjoy it more, but I think it would be good for everyone to like read it, promote it, learn some lessons, think. Mute Cute by Helena Hunting. My god. This was the year of romance and new adult and young adult. Helena Hunting. Hello. You were not officially on my radar. That was great. I want to say that's the one where it's Kaylin and Dax and they're like lawyer people and things happen. I keep mixing it up with another one, but Chef's Kiss. We are back with some more reviews. And I think I'm doing pretty okay with this. Not sure if I would continue doing this like in the future, but we'll see. Where did we leave leave off. Batgirl, I think like 1, 2, and 3, maybe just 1 and 2. These were ebook graphic novels that I read on Libby, kind of like randomly. Very unexpected. It had a bit of a darker side to Batgirl and her family. I believe, her family's a bit twisted, more than I thought. I was not expecting to be more family members other than Gordon. You know, Officer Gordon? Detective Gordon? Doesn't even sound right. What is his position? Top dog? Commissioner Gordon. There we go. Commissioner Gordon. He's Commissioner Gordon. And I was not expecting... Ow, my neck. I heard the book to go more into other family members. Then we have Swicker Wonkers by Evangeline Lilly. It was a book that I got for BookCon. Really cute. Very dark and twisted. Very confused what her imagination is. Nicholas Sparks' Safe Haven. I read the book, watched the movie, listened to the audiobook. All within a week. As you can probably guess, I'm obsessed. Then we have Her Royal Highness of Rachel Hawkins. Really cute LGBT, I think it's girl, ex-girl romance. Girl goes to Scotland for school after she finds her ex-girlfriend slash biggest crush kissing some dude, falls in love with the princess. This whole thing, really cute, 5 stars. It's not like it's a secret. It's supposed to be a girl ex-girl book about like one girl who moves to California, I believe, because of her dad's job. And she feels like her world's ending because of her family's issues, and then she's noticing some things going around in town, and she's meeting people that finally understand what she understands, like about cultures and stuff, and then she has this girl she's a crush on, right? Which I thought, okay, good, really cool concept, interesting story. I was uncomfortable reading the whole thing because I felt like every character was somewhat racist to someone else or some group or culture. And I was trying to, like, I understand that she was trying to show what these people are exposed to, what they see and hear, but at the same time, like, I feel like it could have been written somewhat nicer. I don't know. I couldn't get through it because I was sitting there kind of just like, why would someone say that? That's not... So I couldn't get through it, but maybe someone else could have. Fixer Up, Tessa Bailey. I believe this is about a girl whose brother is a realtor type thing, and she's also... It's like a family business. She wants to do a whole makeover, you know, get her hair done, get a whole new wardrobe, look cute, get her job ready. And the dude that she kind of like helps out a little bit is an ex-sports star. He's been injured up and on. He helps out too. That's his family friend, and they slowly build a romance. Geekerella by Ashley Poston. Really cute. Actually, exactly what I expected. It was great. I'm looking forward to 2, 3, and 4. Candy Garcia, the Teen Titans Raven. Took me a while to finish this because my library did not have the last like 50 pages of it for some reason. It was like missing. And when they went back to fix it, it was still like missing like 30 pages. But I ended up going to Target and finding it, and I walked around with it in my hand and read it. But I really liked it. Not sure if I prefer this story of Raven. I think I like the other ways she has been written or portrayed. Stranger Dreamer, DNF'd it. Could not get through it. That's another popular book that I just realized it's not for me. Meet Cute, which is a anthology, like multiple stories put together about different people meeting and falling in love, or like meeting and realize this is the person I want to be with. Some of the stories are really cute and really good. Some of them I had no interest in. 99% Mine, hated it. It was terrible, trash. Next. A Piece of Heart by Sharon... Whoa. A Piece of My Heart by Sharon Sala. Wait. I'm talking about this. Anyway, 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. I believe this one is a hair flare. No. Okay. A Fire of Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. It was a buddy read with Izzy busy reading, but unfortunately she was not able to read it with me because she got ill and had to go to the hospital a couple times in 2019. She still seems to be doing better and uploading some of my videos now, which I'm so excited for because I love watching her videos. But at first I thought I really enjoyed this. When I went back to review this a couple days ago, I realized I could not remember anything I liked about it, could not remember any of the characters, could not remember the plot, and I was like, dang. Maybe I didn't like this, I thought I would. To Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. Okay, Counting Descent by Clint Smith. This was a kind of mandatory reading from my college. Really good. I like the poem. I feel like it spoke to me most, also because it's written for mainly, I think it's mainly for African Americans. It was really good. The Cruel Prince, I DNF'd it. I think in that moment, it's not what I wanted to read or what I was interested in, but I do think if I picked it up in the future, I would enjoy it. Shadow Me by Tahara Mafi, which was part of the Shadow Me read along, which I'm no longer participating in because I forgot about it, and we should be like almost done with the series by now. I did enjoy this. I just don't think it's something that I would love or like be a big fan of like other people would, especially because certain characters I see as terrible people, and I'm trying to see like I can't picture what they could have done to redeem themselves. Astonishing Color of Actor is supposed to be a very moving story about a girl whose mother dies and comes back to her as a bird. It didn't resonate with me as much as it did other people, so I feel bad. It's supposed to be a very important story, but it didn't do much for me. Nevernight, DNF'd it. I did a whole video on it. If you want to know about it, go ahead and watch that video. The Chain by Adrian McKinty. This was talked about, and I believe in my Reading is Odd's BookCon haul video, or maybe like a live show, something like that. I was immediately interested. I finally got at Libby. Got like 40-50% of the way through, and I realized this was not gonna go well. I realized that something's gonna happen that's gonna change. I'm just not gonna. It was really good. Like the first parts of the way through, and then it's certain things the character did and said, and where the story seemed to be going. I was kind of just like, okay. Cardval by Stephanie Garber. This is a reread. I did not enjoy the first time reading it. Did I enjoy it the second time? I think the audiobook is definitely better, just still wasn't my cup of tea. I do have book 2 and 3, not sure if I'm going to read those either. The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I believe this was also a DNF. Don't remember anything about it. The Proposal by Jasmine Guillory. This was a DNF. I believe this is the one where this girl is proposed to by her boyfriend in a stadium. She says no. She's all over the internet and embarrassed, and some dude comes, saves her, and they fall in love. I couldn't get past the proposal part. Acting on Impulse by Mia Sosa. It was a random book that I picked up on Libby. It's about a guy who's an actor. He wants to live like a quiet life. Didn't really work out for him. He falls for this girl. She falls for him on vacation. Then she finds out who he really is. Then she's angry. How did he find her? He finds her somehow. Like, I don't remember if it's like accidental or if he like purposely found her, but he finds her somehow. And then she becomes his personal trainer type person for a new movie, and they fall in love again. Stepsisters by Jennifer Donnelly. This was incredibly intriguing to me, but I don't think I was ready to read that. Same thing as Cruel Prince, just not what I wanted to read at the moment, so I put it down. The Right Type, Alicia Rye. Oh my God, Alicia Rye, you girl, you speaking my language. That's all we got. It's a romance involving two people who are founders or like owners of these companies that created apps and websites similar to, I want to say, Matched and Tinder/Twitter. Wow, that was really good. Natalie Tan's Book of Luck and Fortune. I have a whole video on this. It's like a vlog. I think it's a little bit of a review. Did write a review, so when you see that, check out my Goodreads. The video should be coming out, I want to say next week, if not the week after. Go ahead and watch that. The Hate U Give, I read that finally. Loved it. Masterpiece. What took me so long? Gillian Flynn, Gone Girl, DNF'd it. Did not understand. It really like messed with my head. Again, probably not something I should have read, because at this moment I was really into contemporaries, romance, more realistic things, like things that I guess that is realistic at the same time not. Children, Blood and Bone, that was a reread because it's supposed to be a buddy read with someone, but I ended up reading it before them, and then they read it, and then my other friend read it after them. It was weird, but I loved it. Waiting for book 2. I did see a really pretty edition that I wanted to get. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that or just get the regular. Zoo by James Patterson. I decided to pick this up because I did watch a Netflix show, I think last year or the year before, with my mom. Did not like the book. Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I realized I've never actually read the book, at least not that I can remember. I mean, I think I did, but I can't like definitely say yes. So I decided to read it. I like the movie more. Soul Surfer. the true story of faith, family, and fighting to get back on the board, which is I think like a recap book kind of about Bethany Hamilton, like after some time after the shark bite. I enjoyed it, and I also felt for her and the struggle that she went through. And it makes me nervous to think like of all these people out here who are missing a limb for whatever particular reason, going through that struggle of trying to like adjust and get back to the world that they want to be in, or finding out they can't do those things anymore. For example, I know someone who's currently going through some back and spine issues, and they can't do this beloved sport that they want to do which sucks because that sport really made them feel good, made them confident, made them have a lot of fun. They made a lot of friends, went on these activities, but now they can't do that anymore. It's just like, it sucks. It sucks. Beauty Queen Talibah Bray. This was unexpected. I did expect some, a pageant group to fall or to crash into an island, but I was not expecting it to be like playing on the stereotypes, to be funny, to be sarcastic, and to be as good as it was. The Wicked Will Rise by Daniel Page was book 2 to Dorothy Will Die. Did not like this one. His Hideous Heart is supposed to be like an anthology of 13 stories retold of Edgar Allan Poe stories. Some were very obvious, this is Edgar Allan Poe, retelling. Some were just like random stories I never heard of, didn't really care about. Okay, Birthday by Meredith Russo. Love this, but I never read this before. You by Caroline Kepnes. Hated it, DNF'd it. Toes All the Way Down. Perfect book. Everyone should read it. Unnatural by Mirka Andolfo. That was really good. Was not expecting to enjoy it as much. I got that leave from Izzy Busy from a Goodreads giveaway, if I remember correctly. The Diviners by Talibah Bray. I loved it, and I want the series in my hand. What If It's Us? That's more like a 3-4 stars. I really liked the ending, which I think it might come off as rude, but I really liked how they is two authors, portrayed that not every story or every fairy tale ends with a happy ending. Because a lot of times it's always the happy ending. The couple's always together. Something's always good. They're always engaged in the epilogue. This one's a bit different, and I really like that. Days and Chosen 6, DNF'd. Could not grasp the story or remember anything that happened. Ella Enchanted. I read this like 8 million times in my life, and I loved it. What can I say? All of the books that I just mentioned are part of a video that is coming out either January or February. Stay tuned for that. It's a reading books recommended by other booktubers video. I'm doing a couple parts for that. As of right now, there's only one. I realized I still have like 40 books to go, and my phone's at 47%, not 37. So we're gonna like zoom on in. So the next book, Hunger Games. It was a reread. I don't know why all this time I thought I never read it, but then I remembered that I used to read the trilogy on my Kindle because we bought like the bind up on my Kindle. Not my Kindle, but my dad's Kindle account. I missed Hunger Games, and I'm really excited to reread the series with Peyton this year before the prequel comes out. Hero with Flair and My Daddy the Coach. These are 2 children's books that I got recently and got signed, which I believe were given to my nieces and nephews. Let's see, I hope my mom gave it to them. But they are written by a teacher, and I believe her husband is a coach, and it's children's stories for African American. I mean, it's for anyone, but I think it's geared to African American students to give them more of boost confidence, make them know they're not alone. Teach them a few things, make them feel comfortable. Where are we at now? Daniel Page, Mira Tiebreaker. Really love this, and Heroes Rising. I do have a few videos where I talk about this. I believe it's in one of my vlogs, a book haul or 2, and something else. Supernova, I already talked about that. I read 4 textbooks, 2 for English, 2 for history, 2 for English, 1 for history, 1 for criminal justice. They're textbooks, don't really have any feelings towards them. Robin Hood Outlaw, which is my first graphic novel book I read on NetGalley. Really interesting. I actually like this more than I thought it was. I believe Robin Hood. I don't know. I can't remember the word. Like, I connect her to being the child of Green Arrow and Black Canary, but I don't think she actually is. She just, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I thought that, but I don't know. Playboy Next Door by Sandra A. Sigurðsson is a romance novel about this dude who is the neighbor of a girl. I think she just recently moved in because someone that used to live in the house passed away, and he sets out to bang her, basically. And then finally, when he falls in love, all of a sudden he's a sweet, nice guy. When at first he would stand by the window and flash her or call her these crude names and talk about her butt and all kinds of things. Like, the first chapter and a half of him talking, I wanted to punch him in his throat because he's disgusting. But then the last chapter and a half, he's like, the romance, he's a king, he's perfect. I'm like, what is this? Waiting for Tom Hanks, Carrie Winfrey. Oh my god. This is really good. I could definitely see that as a movie. If that does not become a movie, I'll be mad. Never Love a Highlander and Seduction of a Highland Lass, which are part of the like Highlander series by Maya Banks. There's one more in it that I haven't read but never came in on time for 2019. It's basically about these three brothers who are like, are they kings? I don't know if they're kings, but I know like they're higher up in their, where they are, like, and they are to be wed, and two women, and I believe one of them needs a heir to continue the squirrel, I think. I don't know what, it is a squirrel, okay. One of them needs an heir to continue their lineage, and I think the other two just need to be married. And it's actually really good. I think it's really interesting reading it because I'm not used to reading historical fiction or fiction written with people speaking a different way. They remind me of like, what movie? Brave? The way she talked in Brave, that's what they remind me of. And I was just like, oh, I love Brave, love how you talk, please keep talking. Sharon Sala, Diamond, I think it was the first one in the Gambler's Daughter series. Love that. It was a reread. I already talked about all these other Sharon Sala books. The Middle of Nowhere series by Ron Parrish. Decided to pick this up because I kind of wanted more of Ron Parrish. This is a trilogy about three friends. No. The first one's about this guy named Daniel. The second one is about his brother. And the third one is about Daniel's friend. So they all kind of know each other. It's a male romance series. I was here for the male romance. We got a lot more than that. To be honest, I was not ready to know the details about how males and males do things. But now I know, and I'm just like, okay. The Duchess Deal is the very last book I read in 2019. It is the first in her series. I am 100% convinced that the series is supposed to be a fairy tale retelling. These are all set in, I don't know what time, when they wear, like, you know, the petticoats and skirts, and they wear the top hats and horses and carriages and stuff. You know what I'm talking about. And this one particular is about Emma, who's a seamstress, and she's hoping for a change, hoping, you know, to get her dreams, make her life better. And she was never paid for a dress she made for someone who's getting married, and I guess they decided not to get married. So she goes to the Duke's house, be like, yo, I need my money, like, give me my money. And the Duke is just like, it's not my problem. But then he's also having a problem, like, he needs a wife, he needs an heir, because the next person in line, he feels like is not capable enough, not capable, but he just feels like they're going to ruin everything. So basically, he just wants someone else. And so he looks at her and he's like, you can be my wife. How about we make something happen? I pay you, you be my wife, give me an heir, we can, you know, split and move on. So they made a deal to do exactly that. She gets her money, moves on, gets her dress, whatever. He gets a wife and an heir for his thing, whatever. Tons of romance. It was cute. It's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling because he's like scarred and deep and scary. And listen, I'm reading another one in the series and I'm about 99% sure that's a Snow White retelling. And if y'all tell me the series is not supposed to be retelling, y'all lie. Because it is. I'm convinced. Don't even... Anyway. Desidera, I've heard a lot about. I love it. And I can't wait to read more. Whew. Okay. So that was 135 books that I read in 2019. rapid fire reviews. Some of them I didn't talk about because I didn't know anything about it. I couldn't remember anything about it. I DNF'd it or I talked about it in a different video. I am out of breath. My mouth is kind of like, oh, from all of that, like, speed talking. But, this is a bit of a mess. I know my hair looks a little weird. You've probably seen it in like 8 million videos. I washed it yesterday and I put cream in it and dried it. So as of right now, I'm trying to keep it like this, so that when I go to work on Sunday, it'll be like really, really curly and cute, and I'm excited. So it probably looks a little weird from the side, but like, just deal with it. It's okay. We'll have really curly hair next week in my vlog when I do my first week of college vlog. So, if you like this rapid fire review thing, let me know. I liked it, but at the same time I don't. I feel like I need to be more prepared for it. Also, like, I think I might do it like a monthly thing or like a seasonal quarterly thing. I don't know yet. Okay, so thank you for watching, and if you have made this far, give yourself a pat on the back, because the video was like 40 minutes long at this point. If you have made it this far in any of my videos, to be honest, give yourself a pat on the back, because all my recent videos have been getting pretty long and I just talk a lot. You guys are great. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.